Why in a perfectly competitive market, firms earn normal profit. Why they should plan for research and development.
So we said, okay, let us go back to economic theory and see what happens in a perfectly competitive market. So I'm going to draw this 3 diagram for you for a moment. Easy diagrams. So I'm going to draw this. Let's assume for a moment there is a market. And we said, okay, if there is a market, so this is a demand function. Think about this is a demand function. And think about this is a supply function. So this is a market with demand and supply. And it's a perfectly competitive market, assuming for a moment that this is a perfectly competitive market. What does perfectly competitive market means? That you cannot cheat, you cannot be an advantageous to others, so you end up in this particular price. You said, okay, this is the product price. And doesn't matter if you are seller, and if you are a seller in the market, you cannot charge different price because all products are exactly same. Remember, it's a homogeneous product. So if it is a homogeneous product, whether you are seller A or whether seller B or whether we are seller C, the price will be exactly same. Why? Because if I charge a higher price, people will not buy it from me. 2 products are exactly same. So question is, understand the perfectly competitive market has certain interesting feature. So this is an equilibrium, and we are saying this is an equilibrium price in the market. So this is the demand and supply. This is the quantity. But these are 3 producers. Do you think all 3 producers have the same cost?
Sir, ideally or?
Ideally, if 3 producers do have the same cost?
Sir, I don't think so, sir. There must be a production cost difference.
Difference, exactly. So let's assume for a moment that costs are different. So I'm creating my cost difference. So this is the average cost line. Don't worry about how the average. So average cost curve, as you produce more, goes down. This is the producer A's cost curve. Producer B also is another producer. His cost curve, his cost curve is like this. His producer is here, this one. So this is B's cost curve. And there is another producer, producer C. His cost curve, because you cannot, if you have a 2 different price, people feel like, for example, think about 2 Fuskawala. If they're exactly same, nobody can sell at a higher price, right? Because you'll
Right.
So that's the whole idea. So retail price is same because you cannot charge a higher price. The same thing happening for many products. So you cannot charge 2 different prices, but your cost of production may not same. So this is 3 producer has 3 different cost of production. And this is the average cost of producer A. This is the average cost of producer B. And this is the average cost of producer C. So what is happening now? What do I see from this? I realize at this price, this fellow is in trouble, right? Whatever they produce, whatever amount they produce, and I'm not worried about how much they're producing. Whatever amount he's producing, this fellow is going to lose money. Why? Because average cost is higher than the price. So if your cost is higher than the price, you are going to lose money. How much money you are losing? If you think carefully, you can define it and say, okay, almost this much money I am losing. So the amount of money I am losing is equivalent of this area. Agree or disagree?
Agree, sir.
Per unit loss is this, because this is my price. So if you look into about it, this is my price, this is my average cost, and this much area I'm losing. Now there are complications in the diagram, which means we actually draw with a marginal cost curve. And in this course, I'm not worried about it. Whatever is the marginal cost curve, it will be something like this. This fellow, what is going to happen to him? he's going to produce, even if he produces here, he's going to make profit or not?
Yes, sir. He will make profit.
He will make profit.
Yes.
He will be making profit because his price is higher than the cost. So if you look at about him, his price is higher than the cost. So this is the amount of
Profit.
profit. So this is his profit. This area is the amount of
Loss.
So this fellow is losing money. This fellow is, how about this one? The third one.
Sir, if he hits a certain quantity, then the his production cost and he will be in an even situation.
So he is actually what people say, this fellow, QA, if he sells less, he is losing money. But at this point, he will be at least making break even. You can say break even. So this is his profit. So who is the best producer, A, B, or C?
B.
B is the best producer. So realize that we look into the market, we realize this is the best producer. Think about the logic a little bit more and said, okay, let's think about the definition of profit. So economists said, what is profit? How do you define profit? We have done it previously, so let us go back a little bit. And we said, how do you define profit? How do you define profit as a business person?
Sir, revenue minus cost.
Profit is?
Revenue minus cost.
Revenue minus cost. And watch carefully, and this is something for us to think about it. If I look into a producer like a Feriwala, he said, today I earned 500 taka. My purchase price was 400 taka. How much is his profit?
Sir, 100 taka.
100 taka. And that is known as accounting profit. I'm bringing concepts.
Sir, net profit.
This is his accounting profit. But if you ask an economist, he will say, no, that is not his profit. He earned 100 taka. His cost of production was 400 taka. But if he was not doing this business, he would have earned another 200 taka as a day laborer. So how much is his profit now?
Minus 100.
So realize what accounting profit means, how much you actually paid. We said, no, he has an opportunity cost of his time. So this fellow, if he did not sell this product, remember his cost took his time. So in other words, this was unpaid, never paid, but he thought this is his profit. Economists said, no, this is not his profit. He's literally losing money. So it's like your concept, if you think about as a concept, it's like something like this. The best example for your life is this. If somebody gives you a salary of 50,000 taka and say, come and do business with me. This is a monthly salary. And you realize that if you do this business with you, you would have earned same thing. You would have earned 1 lakh taka. Which one will you do?
Second one, sir.
You will say, oh, better. That's how people say. A lot of people leave their business and leave their job and say, no, I have a better business. I can make more money. On the other hand, if you are somebody gives you 50,000 taka, and if you realize if I do a business, I will only get 20,000 taka. Which one will you do? You will do this. So realize your decision whether you do this one or this one actually depends on your opportunity cost. So economic theory suggests, and this is known as economic profit. So there is a concept between economic profit and accounting profit. So economists always define profit as that opportunity cost should be included in the cost function. So when we draw this diagram, oops.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sir, economic profit does not consider anything else rather than opportunity cost?
No, your cost is already here.
Okay.
On the top of it, I'm talking about this. So this is your accounting cost, right? How much I paid.
Right.
So it's already there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, no, there is one more unit. And that's what actually happens in the market. If you know that you are doing a business of 20,000 taka, if somebody offers you a 50,000 taka job, you will say, forget about the business, let me take the job. Why? I'm assuming risk in exactly same. Remember, you can mix up with risks. But assuming for a moment that everything else is same, if somebody gives me a higher salary, I'll say, no, that is I'm losing 50,000 taka to earn 10,000 taka or 20,000 taka. I better leave the job, leave the business and join the factories because that's what is better. So realize that you always look for your opportunity cost. Economics, conceptually, they said, look, opportunity cost is an important cost because that's what, based on this opportunity cost, you really take a decision. You never take a decision based on accounting profit. So we always say accounting profit is a good definition, but your decision is not with accounting profit. Your decision is always on economic profit because you think about it, this is a loss. It's a loss for me. That's the whole loss. Remember the loss, how did we create the loss? We created the loss account because he is always comparing with his opportunity cost. Otherwise, he would have thought that he got money. So because of this, we said when we draw our average cost function, this cost function includes opportunity cost. So this functions includes opportunity cost, which means this fellow is earning exactly the amount he would have earned if something else. This fellow is earning more than what would have got. So in other words, this is what he's earning. He's making a profit, right? This fellow is also making a profit, right or wrong? Accounting profit is there. What is his idea? Is like, this is 200. Imagine this. This is also 200 and this is also 200. So this is what it is. This fellow is actually is earning 400, whereas his opportunity cost is 200. So he is actually earning more than his opportunity cost. This fellow is earning 200 equals to 200, means his opportunity cost and profit is exactly same. And this fellow, he is earning 100, but his opportunity cost is 200. So realize that what is happening now in this diagram. Because opportunity cost is including, this fellow is earning more. Think about this fellow. He's your friend. He is earning 400 taka or 400,000 taka, doesn't matter which way you define. And you are earning 200 taka, but both of are exactly same people. What will you do? You will say, let me go and open up the same business what he is doing. So that's what you have. That's what you see in the market. You see that if I open a shop and if I make money, my friends always say, look, let's all open the same shop. You'll also find out that even if they don't know each other, if there is a grocery store in Muhammadpur and if there is a grocery shop in New Market, the sellers belong to the same social class. His average education and his average education is almost same, even though they don't know each other. So if you look into, go to a market in New Market, and if you go to the Muhammadpur market, think about these two markets. And he said, I want to see who are the seller here and who are the seller here. You'll find out they are exactly the same social group. Among these three, who is going to leave? C is going to get out. C will say, forget about it. I cannot make money in this. Why I cannot make money? Because my operating cost is higher. Why my operating cost is higher? Because I'm employing an MBA to run a grocery shop. Very simple idea. That the way I have chosen my employee is too costly compared to my competitor. So I better forget about it. So either I also hired the similar person like him. So he is going to follow whom? B or A?
So ideally B, because he's more profitable.
So he's going to follow B. Which means whatever B is doing, he's going to do the same thing. So he has two choices, either leave the market. So remember, he started with his business with an MBA in the grocery shop in New Market. And then he realized, forget about it. I cannot do this because this is too costly. So he's going to leave and hire the same one he is hiring. So realize how behavior changes. So in other words, what he's going to do, technically speaking, he's going to push his cost curve down. Competition does not allow you to be different than others if you are selling homogeneous products, same kind of product, exactly same shop. But if you have a different shop, you say, no, I'm Agora. I'm created a brand obviously you can earn different profit. But in a competitive market, you have no choice but to earn same amount of profit. Not only that, there are others who will say, wait a minute, he's earning 40. So better, I also go to the market. So people will start entering into the market. And as they start entering into the market, supply function will start falling. So what will happen now as the supply function start falling? Now you will find out that the price starts falling. Remember, as the supply function pushes the starts, the supply function is no longer here. It has gone to the right. Why it has gone to the right? Because more and more people are entering into the market. Why more and more people are entering into the market? Because they realize this is a fantastic market. Open up, everyone should open up a Mischief Dukan. That's what exactly they do. So they produce more now. They produce more, but the price goes down. What happens to all of them now? All of them earns exactly what this is. What is this? Your accounting profit is equal to your opportunity cost. So this is your accounting profit and this is your opportunity cost. Economists call this as normal profit. So we have a name for it. We said you have only, it's not loss, but it is a normal profit. What's a normal profit? If you do anything else, you'll earn exactly the same amount of money. And it is the opportunity cost that eventually drives him to do whatever he wants to. So economists said, look, if you have a competitive market, the market, even though started here, remember this market started here, this fellow was making profit. So we say this profit is actually not just profit, this is called supernormal profit. So we have a name for it. So we have this is called supernormal profit. This is known as normal. This is, remember this originally it started here. So let me bring it back. Originally it was started here. So this fellow was earning normal profit. This was earning supernormal profit. And this fellow was having a loss. So remember we started with this. Is a loss making is a supernormal profit because he's earning more than opportunity cost. So your profit, your accounting profit is bigger than your opportunity cost. That means I'm earning supernormal profit. Your accounting profit is equal to your opportunity cost. That's called normal profit. And here your accounting profit is less than your opportunity cost, which is a loss. So economist has a different definition. And we say that, now watch carefully what happened. This fellow was, why did this fellow, think about this fellow, why did he move to this fellow? So when he was choosing what to do, you said he should choose B. So whom do you choose? You choose the fellow who is earning supernormal profit. So you start copying the person who is earning supernormal profit. Agree or disagree? So your strategy would be copy this fellow because he is earning a lot of profit. This fellow was doing exactly the same. Even though he was earning normal profit, he said, no, I'm going to copy. Whom I'm going to copy? I'm going to copy B. So everyone started copying B, and B was the fellow who had a supernormal profit, now end up in normal profit. So we say, and not only that him, there are many others enter into the market, eventually moves here. So as it moves here, let me also draw this one here so that we know that this was the original supply function. This was the original supply function. And this is the new supply function. So the new supply function becomes S prime. And this movement happens because new producer enters. So there are new entry into the market. And since there is a new entry into the market, the supply function moves, everyone earns normal profit. In a way, I can now say that, look, this supernormal profit was the culprit. Because he's earning supernormal profit, everyone started choosing him. And that's what we always say. If in a sector in an economy, you earn supernormal profit, don't get a surprise. Everyone is going to copy you. That's the rule of the market. And then some new supplier come, and eventually the market earns normal profit. which basically tells you that if I have a competitive market, what is my end game? Where I will end up, which we say in a competitive market. So now we say in a competitive market, remember the features of the competitive market. Not only you have homogeneous product, not only that you have one price, remember competitive market, you cannot have one price, but also you will have normal profit. You have no choice but normal profit, but in the long run. In the long run means those entry and exit. When I say I'm going to move, I'm going to copy him, that does not mean you can do overnight. You have already hired someone, you have to release him and then hire someone else. So yes, it takes time. But if you stay long enough in the same market, what will happen? You will end up, if you stay long enough in this particular market, you will say, well, there is nothing I can do. I better copy him. And in the long run, everybody will have normal profit. What we say, in a way, the theory tells you that, okay, that means in a perfectly competitive market, everyone will look exactly same. Everyone will look exactly same. Look at this, everyone's function, average cost function. Because this is, how do I look? Because it's my cost. So my shop and his shop and his shop should be look exactly same. And that's why you find out if you go to grocery shop, all grocery shops in one area is almost exactly looks like same. They cannot be different. If they are different, they have to sell completely different product. Otherwise, they will not be able to survive. So when you say, I want to open up a restaurant, always watch carefully who is your competitor. And if you say, I want to make it different from them, which is very good, but then your product has to be different. You have to ensure that you are not selling the same product like him. And that's what the homogeneity principle is gone. So if you say, oh, no, I'm not going to sell his same product, that means the market is not a competitive market. So economists said if it is a competitive market, and that's what I mentioned, that competitive market is almost an impossible market because nobody wants to stay in this market. Everybody wants to leave this market. Everybody say, no, I better get out of this market. So competitive market is like a utopian market, it's a concept. But its concept tells you that if it is a competitive market, you will have the same price and everybody will have same normal profit. No, in the long run, and remember in the long run, why I'm saying in the long run, because it does not happen overnight. If I have already made a restaurant which is 20 seat, in everyone in this area is 10 seat restaurant, then I have to make it half, the half I have to rent out, and I should also make a 10 seat restaurant. Only then we can compete with each other. So you find out that people, when they make businesses, either you have to non-homogeneous, and that's what people do. So most people say, no, I do not want to be copying like him. Why I don't like it? Because I don't want to earn normal profit. Remember, with theory tells you that if you copy somebody else, everyone's profit will eventually become normal profit. So you don't want that. You want a supernormal profit. That is your target. On the other hand, it is the supernormal profit for which everyone enters. So you realize it's a very interesting game because you want supernormal profit. But the moment you earn supernormal profit, I will say, oh, he is doing this business, I'm going to come. I'm going to do the same business. So there is a whole range of action and reaction happens in a market. It's very common in a perfectly competitive market. Now, how do we survive in a perfectly competitive market? If the market is a perfectly competitive market, if the market is giving you a normal profit, nobody wants normal profit. So what is your survival strategy? Your survival strategy, technically, is to say, okay, I have a product, but my product is different than others. So when you say my product is different than others, remember you started with normal profit. Now I'm looking at only one function. I said, okay, this was my normal profit. I started with this. This was my profit. However, I said, no, I'm going to do some research. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create my product different than others. My cost goes up, but now I can charge a premium price. So you see how companies start. So how do you create a new product? How do you raise the price? By raising the, what you call, through innovation. So I have innovated. I said, no, this is not the same product. Mine is different. So I raise the price by innovation. So the more innovation I do, cost goes up, my product price goes up. So that's what innovation. Now, some innovations are real innovations. Some innovations are only, I would say, package innovation. But the way I've done my packaging, you feel like it's a better product. People will do it. Why should not I do it? So you'll find out that people will do innovations. And as they do more innovation, what will happen? The cost will go up, but the cost will go up, which also bring the price up because I can charge different price than others. My product is no longer the same product. So the moment I can say my product is no longer the same product, I will try to charge different product. Now, obviously, what I know that as I do this, as I increase my charge and as I increase my price, don't worry. What will happen? My competitor will also do the same innovation. So that you don't survive for you don't say, oh, I finished my innovation and I'm done. Answer is no, your competitor will do exactly the same thing. So innovation and how do you do innovation? Through R&D. So you do R&D, and through R&D, you continuously progress. And that's why you find out how the companies do. They understand that I created one phone, Samsung. By the time they release one, the next one is also ready. Because they realize that if I do not improve, somebody else is going to improve, and I'm going to lose the market. What happened to Nokia? So realize in a market, you have to understand that your survival strategy is very simple. You have to continuously do research and innovation, and then you survive. And if you do not do research and innovation, you are going to be dead, back to normal profit. So if you really do not like normal profit, remember what is normal profit? Normal profit is my accounting profit is equal to my opportunity cost. If you don't like this, which most entrepreneurs do not, they will say, look, the best strategy of survival is do continuous R&D. This is an important strategy that we, so that's what, because companies around the world do R&D, they will always shift the cost curve up, and they will also say, oh no, my product price is different than yours. Don't assume that they're the same. You can buy the same thing, but they are not the same thing. So this is how R&D does, and companies spend a lot of money to create new products. If they cannot create new products, remember, somebody else is going to do the R&D. So what's lesson from you, and this particularly, which is not available in the textbook, most people say competitive market means normal profit. What I'm saying, competitive market means unless you do R&D, you are doomed because you are going to earn normal profit. Why it has a limited life? Because you did not innovate after that. You had one innovation in your life, and that's it. And that one innovation is not going to be enough. That is why when you come to the MBA schools, you say, look, I should understand the theories. That is, theory is important. That is why theories becomes important. Because you realize where is the value of R&D. If you do not have a R&D, your profit will continuously go down over time. So if you look at a timeline of your profit, and you'll find out without R&D, your profit will go down, and eventually you'll find out your profit will be gone. You will come back to a normal profit. So this will be a normal profit.
Please subscribe to this channel to receive updates on new videos.